Hey there, I'm Carrie, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about sonnets. What are they, what kind of structure do they follow, and what is iambic pentameter? I'm not going to talk about specific sonnets in this video. I've made some separate videos about those, and I will link them in the video notes. I also have timestamps for this video in the notes, so if you were looking for a specific bit of information, definitely scroll down, click around, and find exactly what it is you need. All right, let's talk sonnets. Okay, I'm gonna keep it super basic. A sonnet is a 14-line poem that follows a specific rhyme scheme and structure. It is not free verse. Now, the rhyme scheme and the specific structure can vary with the type of sonnet. There are lots of different kinds of sonnets because it's kind of an older poetic form. It came along during the Renaissance, so we've been writing these for several hundred years now. Two of the most common sonnet formats that we're going to be familiar with as Westerners are the Italian sonnet and the English sonnet. Where the Italian and English sonnets differ is because the Italian sonnet has evolved to suit the Italian language and the English sonnet has evolved to suit the English language. That is really the root of all of the differences between the two of them. So the Italian sonnet is also called the Petrarchan sonnet, and you might be saying like, I have never heard that word before in my life, but I'll bet you know at least one Petrarchan sonnet. How Do I Love Thee? Let Me Count the Ways by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. That is a Petrarchan or Italian style sonnet. Of course, as Americans, the English sonnet, also known as the Shakespearean sonnet, is probably most familiar to us. So that is the one that I'm going to take a closer look at and break down the rhyme scheme and the meter. Now, all sonnets are 14 lines. But how those lines are organized can vary according to the format. So the Shakespearean sonnet, or the English sonnet, is organized into 3 quatrains. So quatrain meaning a stanza of 4 lines. Think of quadrilateral, or quattro means 4 in Spanish. So 3 quatrains, that's 12 lines total, and then a couplet. A couplet is exactly what it sounds like a couple. It's 2 lines that are linked to each other and they rhyme with each other. Here's the rhyme scheme of a Shakespearean sonnet. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G. Now, I think it is a lot easier to organize those vertically because that's how you read the poem. What this means is the first and third lines of the quatrain will rhyme, and then the second and fourth lines of the quatrain will rhyme. And then the 2 lines of the couplet will rhyme with each other. That's the GG. And that couplet, those last 2 lines of the sonnet, is often called the volta, which means like the change or the turn. So sometimes when you're reading Shakespeare's sonnets and you get to those last 2 lines, you'll kind of get a change in the theme. It's kind of like a therefore moment or a however moment. It's like a sum up, a conclusion of all the ideas that have come in the quatrains before. Shakespeare's sonnets are written in iambic pentameter. That is the meter of these poems. The meter means like the rhythmic structure of a poem. Now, I've heard a lot of people say like, oh my gosh, iambic pentameter, it's so easy to understand. Well, go you, because it's not very easy for me to understand personally, but I'm gonna do my best. Look at that first word, iambic. An iamb is a specific unit of poetry. It's a 2-syllable unit of poetry with 1 stressed syllable and 1 unstressed syllable. So it kind of goes like bum bum, like a heartbeat, bum bum, unstressed, then stressed. So it can be 1 word or it can be 2 words. Like the word accept is a natural iamb. You don't say accept, we say accept. So unstressed, stressed, bum, bum. Its opposite, deny, is the same way. You don't say deny, we say deny. Of course, you can also do it with a 2-word thing as well. Like if somebody walked in here and said, Carrie, punch through the wall. I might look at them and say, I can't. Unstressed, stressed. I might also say, you're weird. And that would be an iamb as well. So that's the first word, iambic. Second word, pentameter. So meter, like I said, is the rhythm structure of the poem. Penta means 5. So if you like the singing group Pentatonics, you know that there are 5 people in that group. U.S. military headquarters is the Pentagon, a 5-sided building. So pentameter, we've got this meter and it is made up of 5 iambs per line. So you have 5 iambic units per line. So every line will have 10 syllables total. The rhythm will not always be perfect. They may alter a word to kind of make it fit the format. Like in Sonnet 116, the word wandering. In Shakespeare's accent, that would be 3 syllables, wandering. But that would not fit the 10 syllable per line format, so he makes it into wandering. Also, just FYI, when you're reading through the sonnets, you might come to some points where you're like, hey, the first and third line or the second and fourth line, these words don't rhyme. So you might get something like love and remove. You're like, those 2 words do not rhyme with each other. In our modern American accent, those things do not rhyme. Remember, Shakespeare wasn't writing for us. He was writing for English 400 years ago. So in his King James English accent, a lot of words rhyme that do not rhyme to our modern Western ears. Just bear that in mind. All right, so those are the basics, kind of the bare bones of Shakespeare's sonnets. I hope at least a little bit of that was helpful to you. If you were looking for a specific poem, check out the playlist in the video notes to look at some of the themes behind the specific Shakespearean sonnets. All right, best of luck to you, and I'll see you in the next chapter.